And hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a Q&A. It's kind of random, but you know what? It in my video suggestion section on my Discord, Riptide was like, "Hey, you should do a Q&A." And I was like, "You know what? Sure, why not?" So we're going to go through Q&A questions left on my Discord server, and yeah, we'll probably do another one of these in the future at some point, but it'll probably be a sec. But yeah, so the first question is from Riptide. He says, "Give me your favorite animal IRL." And Minecraft. So IRL, my favorite animal would have to be a dog. You know, I have a dog and she's wonderful, and as funny as cats are, there's a lot of mean cats out there, and I've had a couple bad experiences with my cat. She's a bit vicious. So overall, I'd have to say dog would be my favorite animal. I know it's a bit cliche, but hey, there's a reason they say man's best friend. But then my favorite Minecraft animal, I don't know. That one's probably a parrot, honestly. Like, they don't do anything really, but they're pretty cool to have around. I kind of like having a parrot. So I'd have to say my favorite Minecraft animal would probably be a parrot. Okay, and then the next question is also by Riptide. He says, um, "What is my favorite YouTuber besides, of course, me, him, you know, basically people I know. That would probably include like Manta and stuff like that." So I've watched a lot of Markiplier and History Matters lately, and you know, Oversimplified is always a great channel. But overall, I'd have to say my favorite YouTuber would have to be Ethos Lab. Like, I just grew up watching his stuff and always enjoyed it. I don't watch as much as I used to, but you know, I still keep up on all of his Hermitcraft videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd have to say my favorite YouTuber that's, you know, not one of us would definitely be Ethos Lab. And yeah. Just a lot of sentimental value, and also I still really enjoy watching him. So yeah. Okay, and then the next question is from Jordan Sobbing, and he says, "Why do you want to do YouTube?" So this is a question that honestly I haven't thought about lately, and I probably should have thought about it a bit more before I started recording. But when I first started doing YouTube, I was doing it because well, Riptide and I guess his username is now Clash Turtle, whatever, Clash Turtle Gaming, were doing YouTube, and you know, they're my friends, and they're like, "Yo, dude, you should totally, you know, like record some videos with us or something." I'm like, I don't know, and I had done a bit in the past, like, you know, just kind of as a, you know, more of like, you know, kind of because everybody's dream as a kid's always to be a YouTuber. That's really the only reason I have for why I'd done them in the past. But like, I never really had any drive behind it, so like, always died out instantly. Whereas like, for whatever reason with this channel, even after both Clash Turtle and Riptide had stopped posting for a while, I kept going, which, you know, is very weird because I've never really had anything that I've been quite as committed to. So yeah, it was just very interesting experience. And then, so yeah, that's why I started. Honestly, if you're wondering why I want to keep doing YouTube, at this point, like, just kind of what I do. Like, I don't know what else to say. I enjoy doing it, and it's a ton of fun, so I see no reason to stop. But next question is also from Jordan. He says, "What's your goal for your channel?" This is another thing that I don't think about a ton because, as I mentioned, I mostly do it because it's so much fun and I enjoy recording videos and stuff. So I don't usually have like, oh, this is my goal. But for the moment, like my overall channel goal. Oh, this is really difficult. Um, I'm gonna say that my goal as a channel is honestly, ooh, I don't know. For the moment right now, my goal is really just to hit 1,000 subscribers. 4,000 hours of watch time. Be able to start making a little money off the side because that's really the first step to making it a bit more permanent of a thing and not just you know something that's gonna die out. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. Like yeah, that's something I probably should think about a bit more. Like what are my goals for my channel? I'm gonna have to put some thought into that. But then the next question is also from Jordan. He says, "Are you bald?" And as much as I know that this will absolutely crush Jordan, I am not bald. I have a full head of hair. Um, yeah, much to Jordan's dismay. Okay, and then the next question is from Manta Ray, and he says, "How many subscribers do you want in 5 years?" That's a long time in the future, and as I mentioned with the goals things, it's not really something that I think about a lot. But overall, I'd have to say in 5 years' time, I want to have. Oh, I'm gonna say in 5 years. Let me think about this for a moment, because my goal is kind of to hit 1,000 subscribers before I've been doing YouTube for 2 years, so pretty much by summer of next year. Then, ooh, I really don't know after that. You know what, Manta? I'm gonna just say we're gonna go big or go home. 5 years from now, 100,000 subscribers. There we go. That's my goal. Uh, and then Jordan with another question. He says, "When will Manta get a cool role?" You know what, Jordan? I don't know. Whenever I get to it, probably, maybe today. I don't know. Manta gave me a cool role on his server, so I'm kind of obligated. Uh, well, we'll see, Jordan. We'll see. Okay, and then Riptide asks, which is better on vegetarian hot dogs, ketchup or mustard? For those of you who don't know, me and Riptide are vegetarian, but ketchup. I don't really care all that much for mustard. I know that that's like a bit of a controversial statement, but like yeah, I prefer ketchup to mustard. Why are there? Okay. Anyway, yeah. So ketchup over mustard on hot dogs. Okay, and then the next question is from Miscellaneous. He says, "What is your favorite Minecraft block?" Now, I actually thought about this one for a bit. Like, if it gives you an idea on how indecisive I am on this, like, I don't even know for sure what my favorite 1.16 block is between Crying Obsidian and Warped Stems, but I think I'm going to say that my favorite Minecraft block is either spruce logs or stripped spruce logs. And hear me out on this. It's not because I think they look the best out of any block in the game. It's not because I think that they're the coolest block in the game or anything like that. I like spruce logs the most because they fit the best in my builds, and I find that builds I make using spruce logs end up better than the ones that I make using other types of wood. That's all there is to it, but yeah, I think I'm gonna say that spruce logs are my favorite. And yeah, doesn't sound like the best reasoning, but you know what, it works. It works. Okay, and then another question from Riptide. He says, "Do you like the sound of the trumpet or saxophone better?" So honestly, like whenever, for the most part, whenever I hear either one, it's like in a setting that has more than just the one instrument, but like it has other instruments mixed in. Oh, right, it shift clicks that into there now. But if I had to choose, I'd probably say saxophone, maybe? I don't know. I don't know for sure, but that's at least where I'm leaning right now, just thinking of it off the top of my head. Which, you know, that's always just such a great way to judge. But yeah, at least right now, I'd lean saxophone. Okay, and then the next question is from Goose. He asks, "Will im yes? Will im not yes?" Okay, and then he also asked a question that I get demonetized for saying. So, moving on. And then Nightmare asks, "How did you come from a Brawl Stars YouTuber to a Minecraft YouTuber?" This one's a bit of a story. So, as many of you should know, I was a Brawl Stars YouTuber before I was a Minecraft YouTuber. And that's because when I first started, as I mentioned, the reason why I started was because Clash Turtle and Riptide were doing a lot of YouTube stuff, and you know, they were like, "Yeah, you want to join us?" And I was like, "Sure." So that's why I was a Brawl Stars YouTuber in the first place, because that's what they were doing. It's not much other reason for why I was doing Brawl Stars, but so I started doing Brawl Stars content on my channel, and then ended up switching to Minecraft. So the first Minecraft video I did on my channel was a creative builds recap. I remember that. And that was a pretty random thing. I had tried live streaming, you know, on some other random platform, and had gotten I had made what I thought was a pretty nice creative world in that time. It really wasn't that amazing, but I was pretty bad at building those, so it was nice for me. But it was what I thought was a pretty nice creative world, so I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to post a video on my channel going back through what I did on stream and just kind of showing off my builds. So that was the first Minecraft video on my channel, and it did what I thought was pretty well. And I did some more creative recap videos throughout the time on my channel. And yeah, so that's kind of how Minecraft first got introduced to my channel, because I had played tons of Minecraft before I ever touched YouTube. But so that's how I started. That's how my first Minecraft video happened, but that's not the full story. After, oh my goodness, with this number of creepers. After the first video, I was, you know, I mean, after the creative recap series started dying off, I was kind of done with Minecraft for a while, and went back to being primarily Brawl Stars. And part of what happened was because I had done that bit of Minecraft, and I knew that it did what was okay for my channel at the time, so like it got more than 0 views. Because I knew there's another option, there was a point where like my drive to do Brawl Stars videos was just kind of dying, because it was the same thing every time. Like, it got really repetitive. Like, every day I'd load up Brawl Stars, I'd see, okay, it's Brawl Ball, Gem Grab, or Heist, or Showdown, and I don't like playing gem grab. I don't feel like heist, and showdown was done yesterday, so brawl ball it is. And it's one of those things where I've just done so many brawl ball videos. I've done so many showdown videos, and it's not like with something like Minecraft where I can do 48 survival videos and be doing something different every single time and still have tons of stuff to do. In Brawl Stars, it's the same thing every time. And I love Brawl Stars as a game, but it just reached a point where recording it felt wrong. It didn't feel like it was the right move for my channel to continue pushing through with Brawl Stars, even though I didn't enjoy it and didn't really want to do it anymore. So ultimately, I guess the reason why I moved from a Brawl Stars to a Minecraft YouTuber was legit just I had lost the drive to do Brawl Stars and felt like doing something else. Now, there's another thing that actually correlates with that I want to go over really quick on that too. That was a very large part of it, but I wouldn't have been able to make the transition if it weren't for the fact that I had also recently gotten a PC instead of the junky laptop I was on. So at that point I had something that was good enough to record Minecraft videos, and that was another really large part of it. If I hadn't gotten that, I probably would have pushed through with Brawl Stars until ultimately my drive completely gave out and I wasn't doing YouTube anymore. Well, and like, here's the thing about Minecraft. Like, I don't know if my drive will ever run out for Minecraft, but under the assumption that it does at some point, it's a little, I'm in a position, at least right now, where I feel like it would be possible for me to do another game. I don't know for sure. Like, you never know, because some channels try to branch off from the game that they're based around and they pretty much just die. I think personally, right now, as far as I see it, there's no foreseeable reason why I would move away from Minecraft for my channel. But I also understand that might not be the case forever. But yeah, at least for the moment, it's going to be Minecraft for the foreseeable future. But okay, then next question. Got off on a really long tangent. That was like 7 minutes. Riptide asks, do you think it is wise to ask why you're going to college instead of asking where you're going to college? Okay, so there might be a more political reason for this question or whatnot, but ultimately, let me just break this down as far as I see it. The question, why are you going to college, would state that, like, here's the thing about that question. Under the circumstance, with how our society runs, even if college, regardless of how much college teaches you or whatnot, almost everybody goes to college. It's almost like asking somebody, why do you go to high school? Because it's just become to the point where, everybody feels it's mandatory, and we're in a situation right now, at least in my opinion, where even jobs that don't need college degrees still say that you need a college degree to apply. Like, even if it's a position that would have nothing to do with the college degree. So it's one of those things where I don't think that asking why are you going to college is really the best question, just from the standpoint of you'd know why somebody's going to college beforehand. And assuming you're asking for like a different mindset, like, because I might have gotten off a totally tangent about something completely different than what you meant. Assuming you mean it from more of a, like, why are you going to college, as in, are you going to college to be an engineer or for this or that? I'd say that it's probably smarter to say, hmm, that's an interesting thought process. Because on one hand, where you're going to college would usually encompass wife to a degree. Like, here's the thing: they're just two so different questions that it feels like the obvious answer is ask whichever one you want the answer for. If you want to know why somebody's going to college, then ask them why they're going to college. If you want to know where somebody's going to college, ask them where they're going to college. And yeah. Also, I'm realizing that my first thought process is probably totally off. So yeah, that's fine. Uh, but yeah, so it's one of those things where you can say, you know, which one should you ask, but in all reality, it just comes down to which one you want to know. If you want to know if you want to know which college somebody's going to, because, you know, maybe you want to know if they are going near you or are going to, you know, stay home or whatever, then ask them if they're going to college. If you want to know what their future plans are, then asking them why they're going to college is a much better question for that. So yeah, ultimately, my answer on that is just they're two significantly different questions that it's kind of hard to say that, you know, you should have to debate between which one to ask. In all reality, just ask both if you're interested. But okay. Then the last question is from Never Knows. Opinions on pastel purple. It's a color. For those of you who didn't notice, the one the first episode of Cave Survival, my skin was pastel purple blob because I was messing around with some friends and changed my skin to that and forgot to change it back before I started recording. But opinions on pastel purple. It's a color. Like, same thoughts I'd have on pretty much any other color. It depends on where and how it's used on, you know, whether or not I like it. Like, for example, blue when mixed with, ow, that was the berry bush. Like, if you mix blue and red together, you might have a different opinion on blue than if you mixed blue and, say, green together. Like, I think with any color, it's hard to say, you know, what are your specific opinions on this color, because any color can look nice in the right context. Like, a more, you know, kind of mix of bluish with a little bit of white in the packed ice can look really nice under the right circumstances, but then if you mix it in with the wrong color, it just looks ugly. And yeah, so it's one of those things where I think it makes sense to have a favorite color still, because, you know, you have a color that, like, you like how it blends with other colors the best, for example. But ultimately, yeah, I don't know. That was a long way of me saying I have absolutely no clue. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for the questions. If as I mentioned, I'll probably do this at some point again in the future. If you're interested in being able to help ask the questions, go to link in the description. I have a link to the Discord, and yeah, if I ever end up doing this again, it'll be on there that I'll ask the questions. So if you're interested, go give it a look. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.